Okay, in this video we're going to learn how to multiply out brackets. I'm going to start with just a small bracket with one number at the front of it. So if it was x plus 2 inside the bracket and a 3 at the front of the bracket, all you have to do is multiply the 3 through with both terms. So 3 times x is 3x, 3 times 2 is 6. And because it's a positive 6, you just put a plus in it. If it was x times x take away 4, you would do x times x is x squared, x times negative 4 is negative 4x. And if when you multiply brackets you have any other terms you can join together, then you do that. Now I'm going to go into how to multiply out double brackets. So my first example would be 2x plus 1 and then x plus 3. Okay, the method I use is called FOIL. I'm going to write it over at the side. And FOIL stands for firsts in the bracket. And the first parts of the bracket would be the 2x and the x in this case because they come first. So if you multiply both of those, you get 2x squared. The next one is the O, and that stands for outside. So the next one is the outsides of the bracket. That's 2x and the 3. Multiply that together, you get 6x. The I represents the insides of the bracket, so the 1 and the x, which makes x. And the L stands for the last terms in the bracket. The 1 and the 3 make a 3. Now, you can join together the two middle terms normally when you're multiplying out brackets, so just check that. So 6x plus x makes 7x. Remember, x just means 1x. So our final answer is 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. Let's do a second example. If you ever see a bracket squared, that means multiply it by itself. So you'll have two brackets right beside each other. And then we'll just use our FOIL method. So first is 4x squared. Outsides is minus 10x because 2 times 5 is 10. And when you've got one positive and one negative, you would get a negative answer. The insides is going to be the same. Negative 5 times 2x is negative 10x. And then your last terms, negative 5 times negative 5 would be positive 25, so plus 25. Now to finish it off, we can join together the two middle terms, and we get negative 20x plus 25. And that's us done that one. Moving on to our third example. Okay, the first two terms are the 7x and the x, which is 7x squared. Our outsides is negative 14x because we've got a plus and a minus. The insides are 4x, and the last terms is negative 8. Join together the two middle pieces because they're both x's on their own. You can't join the x's with x squares, but you can join the x's to each other. So negative 14 plus 4 is negative 10. So the answer is 7x squared minus 10x minus 8. If you ever have three brackets joined together, what I do is I use the FOIL method for the last two brackets. So I do x times x is x squared, and then x times minus 5 is minus 5x, 2 times x is 2x, 2 times negative 5 is negative 10x. But now I have to multiply this all by x minus 3. Okay, now we can tidy up that second bracket. So you get x squared plus 3, minus 3x. Minus 5 plus 2 is minus 3. Take away 10. And now we can multiply the x by that bracket. And then the minus 3 by that bracket. So x cubed minus 3x squared minus 10x. So do you see what I've done? I multiply x through by every single term in that bracket. Now we'll multiply the negative 3 through. Be careful of the negative sign. If you multiply two negatives, you'll get a positive answer. If you multiply a negative and a positive number together, you'll get a negative answer. So that's negative 3x squared plus 9x plus 30. Because negative 3 times negative 10 is plus 30. Now, we want to write our answers so that we've got x cubed, x squared, x is an n number. So x cubed is on its own. The x squared, we've got a negative 3x squared, take away another 3x squared, so negative 6x squared. The x's, we've got negative 10x plus 9x, which is negative 1x, and then we've got our plus 30. So that's the final answer. So what we did here was use the FOIL method for two of the brackets, and then we did the separating method to separate it out and tidy it up at the end.